What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Night YouTube channel. In today's video, guys, we're doing a playthrough of Escape the Dark Castle, guys. So, we're going to be playing as the Tailor and the Cook in today's playthrough. If you want to see more playthroughs of Escape the Dark Castle, be sure to check out my playlist for Escape the Dark Castle right here on the Game Night YouTube channel. I played the game several times on the channel already, so if you want to see more of it, dude, be sure to check out those videos. I've got plenty of them. And there will be plenty more in the future. So let's go ahead and get another one in the books right now, guys. We got the Tailor, we got the Cook. We're playing the single player mode. So of course you play as two different characters and they're each going to start with 18 health. So I'm using a couple D20s down here to keep track of their health. Let's go ahead and get the deck shuffled up and set up. So we've got our 3 boss cards here. So we'll give them a little mix like so. And we'll go with this one. Seems good. We're going to set the other 2, set them over here. Can you guys see this over here? There we go. We'll put them over there. Hopefully that's out of view. Cool. And then we've got the top card here that we're going to set on top of the stack after we get it shuffled up. So let's go ahead and get these mixed up as well. There we go. It's been a little bit since I've played the game, so I'm definitely excited to get back into it. Guys, I'm pretty sure I've never beaten this game on the channel. So fingers crossed we can make that happen today. I have mentioned before in another video, in another playthrough of Escape the Dark Castle, that I played this game this past Halloween with a couple of friends, and we had an absolute blast, and we beat all 3 of the bosses first try. So the game seemed a lot easier with several people. For some reason, just playing solo and only having these 2 characters, I just haven't had that much luck. But yeah, it definitely helps to have a third character that can hold extra items and stuff like that and has extra health. And I believe we get 15 of these. You know what, guys? I've got to actually check. Hold on. Let me grab the box. It's been that long. Can you tell it's been that long? I want to double check and make sure I'm doing the right number. In my head, it's either 12 or 15. Let's go ahead and find out together here. It's either 12 or 15. So create the castle. Yeah, 15 cards. Okay, I'm glad I double checked that. You know, sometimes when things like this happen in the middle of a video, the thought crosses my mind, should I just stop recording and start over? Nah, it's all good. We'll just check real quick and make sure that we got it right. So 15 cards. So we're going to have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 right there. And then we'll put the other cards off to the side. And that should be good over there. Nice. Okay, so we got our 15 cards here. We're going to put the boss card on the bottom, and then we're going to put the cover card on the top, like so. And we'll set that up over this way, and we're ready to begin, guys. So turn over to begin. Of course, we are a couple of prisoners, the Tailor and the Cook, who have been trapped in the jail, in the dungeons of this dark castle, and our goal is to escape the dark castle. So, before we do, let's also shuffle up the item deck as well and get that nice and mixed up, because we're going to definitely be acquiring some loot as we venture through the dark castle in a bid to escape alive. Of course, both characters have to escape alive. So if either the Tailor or the Cook reaches 0 HP, we lose the game. They both have to escape. Everyone has to live in order to succeed, which creates a cool balancing act, especially when you're playing with several people. You kind of have to decide who's going to, take the lead to open doors and stuff like that, so that you don't, take a bunch of damage and potentially die. So it creates an interesting dynamic. Even with just one player and having the 2 characters, it's very interesting. Okay, so here we go, guys. We're going to turn over to begin. After years of incarceration in the depths of the dark castle, you finally break free of your cell. In a small stone room adjoining the cell block stands an old wooden chest. The lock is open. Draw an item card per player now. Okay, so we're going to draw 2 item cards, the Rotten Shield and the Infested Cheese Wheel. So the Rotten Shield is armor, and it says whenever you would lose HP, you reduce the amount by 1 down to a minimum of 1. And the Infested Cheese Wheel is food that says discard to restore 1 HP to all characters. Cool. So we're going to give the Rotten Shield to the Tailor, and the Cook only makes sense that she would have had a little Infested Cheese Wheel on her. So we're going to give her one of those. Just kind of, thematically makes sense. The Cook's like, oh yeah, I got this this infested cheese wheel. Don't ask. The tailor's like, why is it infested? She's like, don't ask why it's infested. And she's like, where'd you get that shield? She's like, I just saw it over there in the corner. I thought I'd pick it up. It looked like it might come in handy. You hear footsteps approaching. You must not linger here. You make for the exit, slipping away and disappearing into the darkness. Turn the first chapter card now. Don't tell me what to do, bro. Okay, fine. We're going to turn it now. Oh, no. The tailor and the cook leave the confines of their cells that they broke out of with their infested cheese wheel and their newly acquired rotten shield, and they come across this thing. They're like, maybe we want to go back to prison. Put us back in. You interrupt a beast man devouring a fresh kill. He raises his head, sinew dangling from his gore-smeared mouth, and then charges. Oh, by the way, I forgot to pick a character that was going to open the door. We're going to go ahead and roll since I forgot. So we're going to roll let me see. I got a D6 over here. You're always supposed to choose a character to open the door. And again, I'm a little rusty. It's been a while since I played and I forgot to do it just now. So we're going to go ahead and roll. The tailor will be odd numbers and the cook will be even numbers. Okay, we rolled a 1, odd numbers. So the tailor is going to be the character that opened up the door. So it says you in bold text, meaning the tailor. It's referencing the character that opened the door. You must try to roll might or a double in one attempt. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We've got to roll might or a double. Well, might is the worst stat for the tailor. So here we go, guys. And we actually freaking got it. Did that roll out of frame? I think it might have, but you'll have to take my word for it. I rolled it. I rolled the 1 might on the entire die. Yeah, there's only 1 on here. Oh yeah, it shows on her character card too. Okay, sweet. So success. It says you react quickly and dive aside. Begin combat. Okay. Otherwise, we probably would have taken some damage. Yeah, we would have lost a couple HP. So this dude is going to have 1 might. Here, I'm going to move these up a little bit because I usually like to put these at the bottom of the card, I think. We're going to do 1 might. Doesn't really matter, but 1 cunning. And then we got to roll for the number of players. So there are 2 players or 2 characters. So we're going to roll and we got another might and a wisdom. Like so. Nice. Okay. Cool. So he's got 2 might, 1 cunning, 1 wisdom in order to defeat him. So we're going to go ahead and get into combat here, and we're going to attack with both characters. Also, I probably should have mentioned the tailor has a great cunning score, and the cook has a great might score. Wisdom is going to be the weak point between them because the cook has really bad wisdom, and the tailor's got just kind of like mediocre wisdom. So wisdom is going to be their struggle kind of to roll those, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get lucky. So let's go ahead and attack with both characters. Okay, we got 1 wisdom. There we go. That's good. We got 1 cunning. Nice. Awesome. Okay. Now, since the enemy is still alive, obviously, it is going to get to retaliate, and we're going to take 2 damage each on each of our characters. So we're going to go down to 16, like so. And we're going to go down to 16 here on the cook as well. There we go. Okay, cool. I think I want to just go ahead and attack with both of them again, to be honest. Oh, also, with the rotten shield, we would actually take 1 less damage over here on the tailor. So she's going to go down to 17. So let's go ahead and attack again with both characters. And, oh my gosh, guys, I was just saying that it's going to be hard to roll wisdom. We just rolled double wisdom. We don't need that. We're going to take 2 more damage here on the cook, bringing her down to 14. The tailor will take 1 damage because of the rotten shield, so she's going to go down to 16. Like so, if we can find it. There we go. Okay, we're going to let the cook hang back and rest this round, so she's going to go up to 15. She's going to gain 1 HP, but that means that she can't use any items and she can't attack in combat. So the tailor is going to try to take this dude down. We need might, but that's her worst stat. So you know what? This is probably not the best idea. Maybe the cook is not going to rest. No, I'm going to put her back at 14. I'm going to put her back at 14 because we're definitely not going to kill this dude in 1 hit. So we're going to put the cook back in. You're off the bench. Come on, right here. We need double might. And I just dropped the die clean off the table, guys. It's just one of those playthroughs. Hold on. It landed on wisdom, too. It flew literally like halfway across my entire room. It landed on wisdom. Let's go ahead and roll again. There we go. We got the double might, and it came from the cook. Who would have thunk it? She's got an insane might score. Cool. They both would have blocked that time too, but we take down the beast man that was devouring its kill. And nice, guys. We get to draw a loot card. What do we get here? We got Distilled Wisdom. It's a potion. It says discard to apply a single wisdom at any time. Ooh, that's really good. We're going to give that to the cook since she's got such an abysmal wisdom stat. Okay, awesome. Let's continue on into the next room. What do we find? Oh my gosh, guys. Is it just going to be like this? This passageway suddenly fills with harsh whispered curses. Flames leap from the wall-mounted torches to take on the form of a demonic warrior. Tongues of arcane fire surging from its charred skull. As a group, choose one option. We can flee or fight. Now, I don't want to look and see what it is. Because, of course, a massive part of this game, of Escape the Dark Castle, is like... it's just very, like, thematic. And, you know, you want to follow the narrative. And I don't want to see what's going to happen. And I think I might have gotten this card before, but I don't remember at all what happened. So what are the options? Flee or fight? Yeah, flee or fight. I think I want to fight. So we're going to fight. Okay, begin combat. Combat special. Whoever deals the final blow loses 1 HP as the demon vanishes in a burst of flame which cannot be blocked. That's annoying. I don't think I've ever seen this guy. Or I've never fought him. If I have seen him, I might have fled from him before. Okay, so we're going to get a cunning. We're going to get a wisdom. And we got to roll 2 dice since we've got 2 characters. And we got 2 more wisdom. That is awful, guys. At least we got this distilled wisdom potion that we could use. We could discard it to apply a single wisdom at any time, which we're probably going to end up doing. So let's go ahead and attack this guy here. See what we can get done. Okay, we got double cunning. Not really what we're looking for. I mean, cunning is good. We got rid of 1 hit point here, but we could have used some wisdom. So they're each going to take 2 damage. So the cook is going to go down to 12. And the tailor is going to take 1 damage with the rotten shield. Dude, the rotten shield is insanely powerful. So we go down to 15. Okay. I think we're just going to attack with both again. Just trying to decide if I want to stay back and heal with anybody, but we're just going to attack with both. Oof. Okay, so the cook rolled a shield, so she's going to block. She's not going to take any damage. The tailor is going to take 1 damage and go down to 14. Okay, we're going to attack again. So we're at 14 on the tailor and 12 on the cook. Come on, we need some wisdom rolls. Okay, we got a wisdom roll here for the cook. So that's going to do 1 damage. And then the tailor is going to block with the shield icon. And then 2 damage is going to go to the cook. So she's down to 10, dude. Not great. She's lost almost half of her health. We're going to go ahead and attack again. And, oh my god, we rolled triple wisdom. Nice. Okay, we took down the enemy. I guess we'll just say that the tailor dealt the final blow with the 2 wisdom right here, and then they're going to take 1 damage. And of course, you reduce the damage you take by 1 to a minimum of 1. So we're still going to take the 1 damage and go down to 13 because of the combat special. Whoever deals the final blow loses 1 HP as the demon vanishes in a burst of flame, which cannot be blocked. So even though we did roll a shield, it says it cannot be blocked. We're going to get an item, and it is the Fury Shard. It's a relic. Once per round of combat, when you roll a double, you may roll again and apply both results. Holy crap, that's insane. Once per round of combat, when you roll a double, you may roll again and apply both results. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, we're going to give that to the tailor. Very nice. We're also going to eat the infested cheese wheel. Discard to restore 1 HP to all characters. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go up to 11 HP on the cook. And then the tailor over here is going to go to 14 HP, like so. And let's go into the next room. I also forgot to pick a character to open the door. Again, guys, I got a freaking goldfish memory. We're going to let the tailor open the door since she's got more health and has the shield. And my goodness, we're just fighting everything, dude. A monstrous winged creature swoops at you from the darkness above. Its hunting cry is deafening. You must try to roll cunning or a double in 1 attempt. Okay, so the tailor opened the door. So cunning or a double, well, good thing for her. She's got a fantastic cunning skill. So let's go ahead and roll. And we rolled a double and cunning. Freaking take that, bro. It says you react quickly and dive aside. Begin combat. Combat special. After a player has taken damage from this creature, they can no longer block it. Dude, that's insane. That's crazy. Okay, so it's got 1 cunning, 1 wisdom, and then we got to roll for both of our characters. Jeez, dude, that's a crazy combat special. We got another cunning and a might, so it's got a little bit of everything. Let's go ahead and attack with both characters. And we rolled double might with the cook. So that's going to do 1 might damage, and then we rolled a wisdom with the tailor. So we're going to do 1 wisdom damage. It feels good to get the wisdom out of the way, honestly. So the cook is going to block. So after a player has taken damage from this creature, they can no longer block it. So the cook is going to block. The this dragon thing, whatever this is going to deal damage to the tailor, 2 damage, but she blocks 1 with the rotten shield. So she's going to go down to 13. And now that she's taken damage, after a player has taken damage from this creature, they can no longer block it. So the tailor can no longer block. If she rolls shields, she can't block anymore, which is kind of brutal. Let's go ahead and see if we can just take this thing out, dude. Let's see if we can take this thing out. We need double cunning. Let's freaking go, guys. Oh my god. Super lucky. Double cunning. It's dead. We took it down. Let's go. What do we get? What does it drop? It drops a liquid luck potion. Discard to re-roll your character die, applying only the second result. Okay, we'll give that to the cook, like so. Amazing. Let's go into the next room. The tailor is going to open the door. We're at 13 health on the tailor, 11 health on the cook. And oof, I've been to this room many times. I've died in this room before. Hurrying into this candlelit chamber, you interrupt a sacrificial ceremony. A robed man in a death mask declares that you too must now be sacrificed. Begin combat. Combat special, you, meaning the tailor, are overcome with fear. Any doubles you roll this chapter count as singles, and you cannot block. Okay, well that sucks, because that basically negates our Fury Shard, right? Once per round of combat, when you roll a double, you may roll again and apply both results. And this says any doubles you roll count as singles. So we basically can't roll doubles. And and the tailor also cannot block, which is insane. So this dude's got 1 cunning, 1 wisdom, and then we roll 2 dice for our 2 characters here, and a couple of might as well. So he's also got a little bit of everything. We're going to attack with both characters, guys. Let's see what we can get done. Doubles or singles for the tailor. And did we just roll 1? Of course we did. So that's going to be a single cunning. We're going to get rid of that. And hey, we got the wisdom. Dude, the cook is doing insanely well, considering she only has 1 wisdom stat. Only 1 face of her die is a wisdom icon. So very lucky there. Cool. So we can't block, I assume. Yeah, no, we cannot block. You cannot block with the tailor since she went in the door, since she opened the door. So we're going to take 2 damage on both of our characters. So 9 for the cook and 11 health left for the tailor. Okay, we're going to attack again. We need double might right here, dudes. Double might. Can we freaking do it? Oh, also, we do have the rotten shield, so we actually would have taken 1 less damage, so we're at 12. We are at 12. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and attack. And oof, we rolled double cunning, just like in the last encounter. So 2 more damage. Oh no, dude. 7 health left for the cook here. Not great. And then we're going to take 1 damage because of the shield, so now we drop to 11 as the tailor. I'm tempted to let the cook hang back and heal, but she's got the really good might stat, and the tailor's might stat sucks. And yeah, we've got 2 might left on the enemy. So let's go ahead and roll again. Man, this is not going well, guys. We rolled a double, and that's the tailor, so it counts as a single. We might have to use the liquid luck. Discard to reroll your character die, applying only the second result. Let's go ahead and do that. So the cook's going to reroll. Come on, double might, please. Ooh, 1 might. Okay, we'll take it. 1 might, so the cook is going to take 2 damage and go down to 5. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. I've died in this room, I think, more than once. We're going to take 1 damage on the tailor since she blocks with her rotten shield. That rotten shield is coming in clutch, dudes. We're going to go ahead and just try to knock this dude out. Let's see if we can get 1 wisdom, or 1 might roll, rather, on either of these dice. And the cook does it, dude. Let's freaking go. Heck yes. Okay, we get to draw another item here. Let's see what these cultists drop. They drop a partially rotten apple, of course. What else would they have on them? It is food. Discard to restore 1 HP to your character. We're going to give it to the cook. She's going to eat it immediately and go up to 6. Like so. Cool. Okay, the tailor is going to open the next door. They are pretty battered and beaten up. Guys, we are running into literally like every single combat encounter. I don't know what is going on. You have been hunted by the ferocious castle hounds. You become separated, and each of you must fight alone. Roll a chapter die in front of each player to represent the hounds attacking them. However, the hounds can sense weakness. Players with less than half their starting HP should roll 2 chapter dice instead. Begin combat. So they each started at 18. The tailor is at 10. That's above half. Of course, half is 9. The cook is at 6, below half. So we're going to have to roll 2 chapter dice. So let's roll 2 chapter dice for the cook. This is kind of brutal. Okay, so it's going to be a might and a wisdom. So we'll put that there. And then for the tailor, let's see how much, what kind of health it's going to have. So it's going to be might. That sucks because she's only got 1 might. Yikes, guys. Not looking great. Combat special. No player can rest until the hounds attacking them are defeated. They may then either rest or help another player defeat theirs. A player aiding another player takes damage as normal and must declare who they are aiding before they roll. So let's go ahead and roll for the cook first. The cook rolls a cunning and gets rid of 1 cunning, and then is going to take 1 damage and drop down to 5. And then the tailor is going to attack. She needs that single might on her die. She doesn't get it, but she does get a shield, so she's able to block. The cook is going to attack again. She needs 1 might. She's got a great chance of getting it. And she rolls double might, dude. Completely destroys the wolf, the hound. And then the tailor is going to attack. And blocks. Okay, doesn't take it down, but blocks. The cook is now going to rest and go up to 6. She can rest now that she's taken down her hound. The tailor is going to attack. We might be able to use this time to heal up a little bit unless we roll it right here. Of course we do. It would have been kind of nice to heal up, but we rolled the 1 might, and you know what? It's okay. We took down the hound. It's fine. Cool. So the hounds are dead. Let's go ahead and draw an item. They drop an effervescent evasion potion. Whenever you would lose HP, discard this item to lose none. Okay, we're definitely going to give that to the cook, of course. And the tailor is going to open up the door to the next room. We're almost halfway through, guys. It says, I don't know if we're going to make it all the way to the end here, but we'll see. Let's try to keep our hopes up and stay optimistic. Your boot catches a tripwire, releasing a shower of acid from above. Okay, my optimism is slowly fading. All players must try to roll cunning in 1 attempt. Okay, let's go ahead and try. Okay, who is this? This is the tailor. The tailor got it. The cook did not. Success, you dodged the trap. So the tailor dodges the trap, but the cook, unfortunately, fails. The acid splash begins to sizzle and smoke, burning through an item you are carrying. Discard 1 item. If you have 2, shuffle them face down and discard 1 at random. If you have none, lose 1 HP as the acid sears your flesh. So we've got to shuffle up these 2 cards here. And we're going to go ahead and discard 1. What is this? It's the effervescent evasion potion. That sucks. That's the one that I actually wanted to keep. But we still have the distilled wisdom at least. So we get to keep 1. Okay, that could have been worse. Finally, we didn't run into an enemy that wanted to rip our face off. The tailor is going to open up the next door. And we might be right back to this. It says your spirit is suddenly wrenched from your body. Paralyzed. You can only watch as it drifts above you. You are incapacitated, so the tailor is incapacitated. To restore your corporal balance, the other players must roll in unison, keeping track of any wisdom rolled until they have rolled a total wisdom equal to the number of players. After each attempt, you lose 1 HP unless the total has been reached. If you have not succeeded after 3 attempts, the curse is broken and your spirit returns to your body. So we got to roll wisdom, which is the worst roll that the cook has, and there's 2 players, so we got to roll it twice. After each attempt, we lose 1 HP, and we get 3 attempts. Okay, we got 1. Let's go. So after each attempt, you lose 1 HP unless the total has been reached. Okay, so we're going to lose 1 health on the tailor and go down to 9. That was a very lucky roll. So we just have to do it 1 more time. But again, we only have 1 face of the die that is wisdom. Okay, we didn't get it, so we're going to go down to 8. And let's go ahead and do it 1 more time. And we actually got it. Okay, so after each attempt, you lose 1 HP unless the total has been reached. And the total was 2. We rolled 2. So we're good. We don't take any more damage. We did take 2 damage, though, which is kind of gnarly. But we're good to go. So 8 health left for the tailor, 6 health left for the cook. The tailor is going to open up the next door. And ooh, this guy looks cool. You wipe dust from the lid of a large tomb, hoping to read its inscription. At your touch, the lid slides open and a giant knight rises, bellowing that you should not have disturbed him. As a group, choose one option. We can flee or fight. Okay, I don't want to look at the options. I think, guys, we should probably flee. Yeah, I'm gonna choose to flee, I think. Yeah, let's flee. So it says, as you run, you are hacked by the revenant. You lose 3 HP. So the tailor loses 3 HP and goes down to 5. Whenever you would lose HP, reduce him up by 1. So we lose 2 HP. So we actually go down to 6. Ziggy is having none of it, guys. He is having absolutely none of that. So we go down to 6. Combat special. Oh yeah, we fled, so we don't have to worry about the combat special. Okay, cool. I apologize about Ziggy barking in the background, guys. The wind is blowing or something. A leaf fell out of a tree. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue on here. We're at 6 with the tailor. We're at 6 with the cook. The cook's like, you know what? How about you stay back? I'll open the next door for once. So the cook is going to open the door. And there's a little fluffy animal barking its head off inside. No, it says you stumble upon a recently vacated guard room. A pot of steaming broth simmers on the stove and a fire still smolders in the grate. You hear the sound of angry voices and footsteps heading your way. You grab what you can before slipping away into the darkness beyond. Draw an item card. Oh my god, guys, something good actually happened. Let's go. Liquid luck potion. Discard to reroll your character die, applying only the second result. So we'll give that to the cook. I believe we had that earlier, right? Yeah, we drank one of those earlier for the cook. Cool. So we got another liquid luck potion. The cook is going to open up the next door as well. And oh my god, what the hell is this thing? A creature stitched together using butchered animal parts scuttles towards you. I don't like that, dude. The scuttles toward, that's so creepy. It is so hideous, you instinctively lash out. Begin combat. It says, but you, meaning the cook since she opened the door, get to make 1 attack before the first round, taking no damage. Oh, that's cool. Okay, and then it says combat special. The first time this creature is defeated, before drawing an item card, roll a chapter dice. If the result is might, it regenerates. You must restart combat and defeat it a second time. Okay. I will taunt you a second time. So we got to roll and we get a free attack. Okay, first of all, hold on. It's going to have 1 wisdom and then we roll 2 dice and it's going to have 2 cunning. Okay. Let's see what we could do here. We get a free shot with the cook. Double cunning, dude. Holy crap. Let's go, guys. That was an amazing roll right there. And then we need wisdom to take it down. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's see if we can get it here. We're going to attack with both characters, of course. Okay, we didn't get it, but check this out. We're going to use distilled wisdom potion. Discard to apply a single wisdom at any time. Boom. We apply the single wisdom. And then, since it's the first time this creature is defeated before drawing an item card, we have to roll a chapter die. And if it's might, it regenerates. So let's go ahead and roll. Okay, it's not might, it's cunning. It does not regenerate. We do get to draw our item card. Let's go. So we're going to go ahead and draw. And we got an elixir of insight. It's a potion. Discard before any round of combat to change any chapter die to show a trait of your choice. Wait, discard before any round of combat to change any chapter die to show a trait of your choice? Oh, so we can change like one of the enemy's chapter dice to show whichever of the 3 traits we want. Might, cunning, or wisdom. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's cool. So especially if they get wisdom, since we struggle with wisdom, we could change it to like might or cunning if we wanted to. Okay, nice. So let's go ahead and open up the next door. The cook is going to open up the next door. Dude, we destroyed that thing, by the way. That was awesome. It says, in this sweltering chamber, a blacksmith is forging a sword. He is so absorbed in his craft that you spot an opportunity to steal from him. As a group, choose one option. Move on or steal. Oof. We've got a bunch of items over here, so I think I'm going to move on. It says, it's not worth the risk. Turn the next chapter card. Yeah, I agree. That's exactly my thinking too. So the cook is going to turn the next chapter card. We're getting pretty close, guys. We're getting a lot further than I thought we would. I have never seen this card before. Whoa, this looks like a treasure chest guarded by every single trap ever. It says, at the end of this winding passage, a wooden chest covered in cobwebs is protected by a gauntlet of vicious-looking traps. Yeah, that's pretty much it. As a group, choose one option. Move on or risk it. This kind of follows the same thing that we just did. We've got a bunch of items. I don't want to risk it. I'm just going to move on, dude. It's not worth the risk. Turn the next chapter card. Yeah, okay, cool. We're getting some freebies here. It would be cool to figure out what this is, find out what this is, but maybe we'll get it in a future playthrough. I don't want to spoil it. So the cook is going to open the next door. Uh-oh, this is like the bandit thug guys. It says, 2 deformed thugs are debating the best way to kill and eat another man when they notice your arrival. Nominate a player to roll wisdom or a double in 1 attempt. Okay, that kind of sucks. I guess we'll go with the Taylor because she's got a better wisdom score. So we need a wisdom or a double. Yes, we got it with the wisdom. Let's freaking go, guys. We're getting pretty lucky. Success. The attackers flee, and the victim rewards you from his nearby stash. Each player may either gain 1 HP or an item card. Dudes, we're going to gain 1 HP for each player. So we'll go up to 7 on the cook and 7 on the Taylor. That was really lucky. That was really, really lucky. Dudes, let's go. Okay, the cook is going to open up the next door. And, ooh, have I ever seen this? I don't know. I think I might have seen this one once before. It says, there's a deafening roar and the passageway begins to shake. A section of the old wall beside you collapses and you are buried beneath chunks of heavy stone. Oh yeah, I've seen this one. You are incapacitated. So the cook is incapacitated. She gets buried beneath the falling stone. To remove the rubble crushing you, the other players must roll in unison, keeping track of any might rolled until they have rolled a total might equal to the number of players. Cool, we've got the lowest might. It's the same situation as earlier with the Taylor spirit leaving her body and having to roll wisdom with the cook having the worst stat of wisdom. It's the same thing all over again. The Taylor's got awful might. We only have 1 might one might icon on this die, so it's a 1 in 6 chance. So yeah, we got to keep track of any might rolled until they have rolled a total might equal to the number of players. So 2. After each attempt, you lose 1 HP until the total is reached. If you have not been rescued after 3 attempts, you manage to crawl from the rubble and continue on your way. So yeah, it's the exact same situation as earlier, but the rolls are reversed now. So the Taylor is going to go ahead and roll. After each attempt, you lose 1 HP until the total is reached. Okay, we need might. We didn't get it. The old cook here is going to go down to 6 HP. Not great. There we go. Okay, the Taylor is going to try again. We need might. Didn't get it. So she's going to go down to 5. And then obviously on the last one, it doesn't matter. She's going to take another damage and go down to 4 because we can't meet the 2 requirement. So 4 health on the cook. But she finally manages to crawl from the rubble and continue on her way. So we're going to continue on here. The Taylor is going to open up the next room. This is the last room before the boss. I can't believe we actually made it this far. 7 health on the Taylor and 4 health on the cook. And oh man, I don't think I've ever seen this. Just some skeleton dudes. This is cool. It says this passageway takes you past dark, unlocked cells. From inside, the sound of bony hands clutching steel is unmistakable. As a group, choose one option, then begin combat. Charge them or lure them out. I mean, I can see what's on the card. You know what I mean? So I think I'm just going to go with charge them. I've definitely never seen this card before. So we're going to roll 2 dice for the health, but they do 2 damage. This one's a little hard to not know what's going to happen because, I mean, it's literally right there in your face. So let's go ahead and roll. And they're going to have a wisdom and a might for their HP. They're going to do 2 damage. At least we've got the rotten shield, but the cook is 2 hits from death. So yeah, not the best. Let's go ahead and roll. I've been forgetting about this Fury Shard. Hopefully I haven't messed that up and not used it. Let's go ahead and attack here. Okay, who is this? This is the Taylor. Okay, well, we did roll doubles. We rolled wisdom, and then the cook rolled cunning, which we don't need, but we've got the Fury Shard. Once per round of combat, when you roll a double, which we did, you may roll again and apply both results. So let's see if we can get a might. We got a 1 out of 6 chance. Let's see if we can do it. It'd be so clutch. Let's freaking go, guys. We actually got it. Amazing, dude. The Taylor is popping off over here, dude. She bashes the other skeleton left over with her rotten shield and takes him down, and we get an item. And let's see what it is. It's another liquid luck potion. I think we're just going to drop it. I want to keep the items that we have. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and drop that. Okay, cool. This is it, guys. Do not read until you have completed the last chapter card. We just did. This is it. You have reached the final challenge. One last obstacle stands between you and freedom. Turn over now. I've gotten to the last boss. many times in Escape the Dark Castle here on the Game Night YouTube channel, and I'm fairly certain, like I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure I have yet to actually defeat the boss. Let's see if we could do it today. Oh, the Demented Priestess. You cannot harm me. Behold the devotion of my followers. The priestess is protected by her possessed underlings, the row of chapter dice showing might. All of these dice must be removed before you are able to attack the priestess herself. The dice behind the row of might. Begin combat. She does 3 freaking damage, dude. My God. Okay, so she's going to have 1 wisdom. Also, we have to roll 2 chapter dice since we have 2 characters. She's going to have another wisdom and a might, and then guarding her are her 3 followers. So they are going to have might for each of them, like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Elixir of Insight potion, discard before any round of combat to change any chapter die to show a trait of your choice. I'm going to change one of these wisdom to show cunning. There we go. Cool. Okay, and now I guess we're just going to go ahead and get into combat here. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this, guys, but we're going to try. We need to attack and defeat these Acolyte guys first, her followers. So we're going to need to get 3 might. Can we just do it right here? Triple might? No, but the cook does roll a might. The tailor rolls doubles, and again, once per round of combat, when you roll a double, you may roll again and apply both results, and this is a new round of combat, obviously. So let's go ahead and roll and see what we get. And we got wisdom, but we can't use that to attack the priestess yet. So we're going to take 3 damage on each character. The cook drops to 1. 1 HP. Not looking great, guys. The tailor is going to block 1 damage with the rotten shield and take 2 and drop down to 5. 5 HP left. So we're going to let the cook hang back and rest this round and go up to 2 HP. And just the tailor is going to attack here. See what we get. We rolled a cunning. That is not what we need. So another 3 damage. We block 2 and we go down to 3. Yikes, guys. We're going to let the cook rest again and go up to 3. I think the writing is on the wall here, dudes. The tailor's going to attack. And we rolled doubles, and it's double cunning. Now, it says once per round of combat, when you roll a double, you may roll again and apply both results. So this is another round of combat, right? So we get to roll again and apply both results. We really need a might. We didn't get it, but we do have the shield because we get to apply both results. So we're not going to take any damage from the priestess. Okay, we're going to do it again. You know what? Didn't I do that just a minute ago, but then I took damage from the priestess and I wasn't supposed to because we should have actually blocked. So shouldn't I be at 5? Yeah, because I wouldn't have lost that 2 health, right? Yeah, because I should have blocked. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I'm not screwing that up. I'm pretty sure, though. We're going to let the cook rest again and get out of lethal range up to 4. We're going to let the tailor attack. We need a might. She's only got 1 out of 6 chance. She does not get it. We're going to take 2 more damage and go down to 3. And now we're going to attack with both the tailor and the cook. Let's see if we could take out these followers at least. Dude, we got to do something here. Okay, the cook does take out one of them. But the tailor doesn't do any damage. And we're going to take 3 on the cook. She's going to drop to 1 HP. We're going to take 2 on the tailor, drop to 1 HP. Both characters are at 1 HP. This is what I'm saying, guys. I always get to the boss, it feels like, and then that's it. That's as far as I can get. We're going to go ahead and attack again. We need double shields here. Damn. The tailor does get a shield. The cook does take out one of these dudes. It's like we could use the liquid luck potion to re-roll and apply the second result. Maybe we try that, because otherwise we just lose the game. So let's do that and see if the cook can roll double might and also block. Yes! Oh my god, she actually does. So we get to take down the last Acolyte. There's 1 might left over, so we get to hit the priestess now. And there's a wisdom, so we get to hit the priestess again. And both of our characters are going to block since we got shields. And there's more, guys. Wait, there's more. Once per round of combat, when you roll double, you may roll again and apply both results. Guys, we need cunning. The tailor has the highest cunning stat. We just need cunning right here. Let's go! No freaking way, dude. We did it. Oh my god. Did we actually do it? I can't believe it. She's possessed by her possessed underlings, or protected. All of these dice must be removed before you're able to attack the priestess herself. Dude, we freaking did it. No way. Let's go. That is amazing, guys. There we go. There was a playthrough of Escape the Dark Castle right there, dudes. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, man. I can't believe we finally won. Yes, I can finally say we beat the game on the channel. Let's freaking go, dudes. I thought we were toast. Dude, we were both at 1 HP on both characters, the tailor and the cook, dude. Amazing. They flee the Dark Castle and run away to freedom and safety. Let's go. Hey man, if you guys enjoyed this playthrough, be sure to hit the thumbs up like button, hit the red subscribe button, and click the bell so you can stay notified every time I upload a brand new video. And I'll have more playthroughs of Escape the Dark Castle and other solo player tabletop games coming to the channel in the near future. And if you want to show some extra support, you can become a channel member and click the join button down below and get a bunch of cool perks depending on which tier you choose, including some really, really cool emojis. So thank you guys so much for watching, man. This has been an absolute blast. Again, I'm super stoked that we finally got a win in Escape the Dark Castle, and I hope you guys had a good time watching it, man. So until the next one, have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.